Hello everyone. Today we are going to start chapter 9, some applications of trigonometry. In this chapter we will study how we can use trigonometry in order to find the heights of the objects and the distance between the objects. It means in this chapter we will learn the application of trigonometry. So before starting you need to know the meaning of some terms. So let us discuss the first term, line of sight. What is line of sight? It is a line drawn between the eye of observer and the point viewed by the observer. Okay, it means the line that joins the if this is the observer, okay, and this is the eye of the observer, and here it is a building on the top of which someone else is standing, and this person is viewing that person. So the line that joins the eye of the observer to the point that is viewed by the observer is called the line of sight. So this line is the line of sight. Okay, now see what is horizontal level. Horizontal level is basically level of eye of observer, and it is parallel to ground. It means if this is the person and this person is viewing some point, okay, so the level of the eye of this observer O, that is parallel to the ground level, is called the horizontal level. This is the horizontal level and this is the line of sight. Okay, now these two words will be used while we see the definitions of angle of elevation and angle of depression. So let us first see what is angle of elevation. Angle of elevation is the angle between the line of sight and the horizontal level when the point being viewed lies above horizontal level. Okay, suppose this is a person and this is a minar and the person is viewing at the top of the minar and this is the eye of the person. So the line of sight will be line joining the eye of the person to the point that is viewed, and this is ground and this will be the horizontal level. So the angle that is formed between the line of sight and the horizontal level, this angle is called the angle of elevation, such that the point that is being viewed should lie above the horizontal level. The point should lie above this level. Only then this angle between line of sight and the horizontal level is called the angle of elevation. Now see what is angle of depression. If a person is standing at the top of the minar here, okay, now this is the observer O. Here this was the observer and this was the point being viewed. Now this is the observer and his friend is standing here. Suppose this is his friend. So now this point is being viewed by him, by O. This is P. So the angle that is now line of sight will be this. So the angle that is formed between the line of sight and the horizontal level will be the level of the eye. So this angle is now called angle of depression, because now the point that is being viewed, P, lies below the horizontal level. In that case, the point that was being viewed lied above the horizontal level, so the angle between line of sight and horizontal level was called angle of elevation. Now the point that is being viewed lies below the horizontal level, so the angle between the horizontal level and the line of sight is called the angle of depression. Okay, now let us see some questions from exercise 9.1 based on these topics. Now see the first question of exercise 9.1. In this question, it is given that a circus artist is climbing a 20-meter long rope which is tightly stretched and tied from the top of a vertical pole to the ground. It means AB is the vertical pole and BC is the ground level. So C is a point on the ground to which the rope is tied from the point on the ground to the top of the tower. Okay, pole, to the top of the pole. So AC is the rope and the length of the rope is 20 meter, and it is given that the angle made by the rope with the ground level is 30 degrees. So this angle is given to be 30 degrees. Now they are asking to find the height of the pole. It means we have to find the length of AB. Let this length be h, this height be h. So we have to find h. Now we have to use trigonometric ratios here. So do you know any trigonometric ratio that gives us a relation between this side and this side? First of all, we have to find out what is hypotenuse, what is base, and what is perpendicular. Now this ABC will be a right angle triangle because the pole is always standing perpendicular to the ground level. So this is 90 degree. It means this side is hypotenuse, and as this is theta, so BC will be the base. So this is base, this is hypotenuse, and this is perpendicular. So is there any trigonometric ratio which gives us the relation between perpendicular and AC, that is hypotenuse? Yes, sine. So use the trigonometric ratio sine. Now theta is 30 degrees, so sine 30 degrees is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. What is perpendicular? It is AB upon hypotenuse is AC. Now AB is the height of the pole that we need to find out, and AC is given to be 20 meter. So 20. Now what is the value of sine 30 degree? Sine 30 degree is 1 by 2. So instead of sine 30 degree, you can write 1 by 2 is equal to h upon 20. So we have to find h. It means h is equal to, if you will cross multiply, it is 20 upon 2, that is 10. So 10 meter is the height of the pole that we wanted to find. So the height of pole is 10 meters. Okay, so in this way we will solve the questions. We will use trigonometric ratios, and some sides would be given, theta would be given, or maybe theta would not be given and something else would be given. So we have to find the other things. Now see the second question. In second question, they are saying that a tree breaks due to storm and the broken part bends so that the top of the tree touches the ground, making an angle of 30 degree with the ground. Means if this was a tree, let it be AB. Okay, this is a tree, and due to storm this tree breaks down. Let it break from this point C. So it breaks and falls like this. It means now this B point, this point breaks and falls down, and the top of the tree now touches the ground at, let it be, point D, and the angle that this top of the tree that was broken from here forms an angle of 30 degree with the ground. It is given to us. Now the distance between the foot of the tree, that is A, and the point where the top touches the ground is given to be 8 meter. It means AD is given to be 8 meter. Now we have to find the height of the tree. It means we have to find AB. So AB is the required length. We have to find AB, and as this, from the figure you can see, as the top of the tree breaks and the top touches the ground, so if this will break and will fall, then the length BC will be equal to CD, because this portion has only fallen down and now touching the ground. So this length would be equal to this length. It means BC is equal to CD. Okay, and we are given theta is equal to 30 degree and AD is given to be 8 meter. Now we need to find the height of the tree. So what you will do, suppose let BC be X and AC be Y. Okay, we are supposing that this length is Y and this length is X. So what we need to find AB? It means we need to find X plus Y. Now X plus Y is AB, na? So we need to find X plus Y. So how you will do this? See the triangle ACD. This is a right angle triangle. Okay. Now from here we know just the length of one side, AD. AD is the base. You can see this is theta, this is 90 degrees. So AD will be the base, CD will be the hypotenuse, and AC will be the perpendicular. So now we know the length of AD, that is we know the base. So first of all, this is also X, CD is also X. We know this length is equal to this length because this part has only fallen down. So this is X. So first of all, which trigonometric ratio gives the relation between base and hypotenuse? Base and hypotenuse relation is given by cos. So you can use cos 30 degrees is equal to base, that is 8, upon hypotenuse, that is X. Now you know the value of cos 30 degree. It is root 3 by 2 and it is equal to 8 by X. So from here, can you find out the value of X? Yes, by cross multiplying. So root 3x is equal to 16. It means X is equal to 16 upon root 3 meters. Now which trigonometric ratio gives us the relation between the perpendicular and the base? Tan. So use tan 30 degrees is equal to perpendicular upon base, that is AC upon AD, that is AC is Y and AD is 8. So and value of tan 30 degree is 1 by root 3. So 1 by root 3 is equal to Y by 8. On cross multiplying we get Y is equal to 8 by root 3 meters. Now what is the length of the tree? The length of the tree is X plus Y. X is 16 by root 3 and Y is 8 by root 3. So on adding you will get root 3 as the LCM and 16 plus 8 is 24. So you get 24 by root 3. You can write 24 as 8 into 3 and 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. Okay, divided by root 3. So root 3 will cancel out and you are left with 8 root 3 meters. That is the required height of the tree. So this is your answer. Okay, so you have to use trigonometric ratios to find the other sides that are not given. Okay, so this is the answer, 8 root 3 meters. You can also use the value of root 3 and multiply it with 8, that is 8 into 1.732, and you can get the answer in decimal as well, or you can leave here also. Now see the next question. In this question, a contractor plans to install 2 slides for the children to play in a park. Okay, so they have decided to install 2 slides. The swing that on which you slide is of the shape of right angle triangle. Okay, from here you go up, then you slide. This is the slide. So the contractor plans to install slides in the park for children, and she decides that for the children below 5 years, the height of the slide will be, it means this height will be 1.5 meters, and it would be inclined at an angle of 30 degree to the ground. It means this angle, the slide will be inclined to the ground at an angle of 30 degrees for children below 5 years. And for children above 5 years, she decides that the height of the slide will be 3 meters, and also the angle at which the slide is installed, the angle with the ground will be 60 degrees for elder children. It means this height is 3 meters and this angle is 60 degree for elder children, and this height is 1.5 meters and angle is 30 degree for children below 5 years. We need to find the length of the slide in each case. It means length is this. So it means we have to find L1 and we have to find L2. Okay, so how you will do this? See, first of all we will do for the child, for the slide for children below 5 years. So for this is a right angle triangle. So this will be the hypotenuse, this will be the perpendicular, and this will be the base. Now we know the length of perpendicular and we have to find the length of hypotenuse. So which trigonometric ratio gives relation between perpendicular and hypotenuse? Sine. So use sine 30 degrees is equal to perpendicular, let us name this as ABC. So perpendicular is AC upon hypotenuse is AB. AC is 1.5 meters and AB is L1. We need to find L1. So cross multiply, L1 is equal to 1.5 meters upon sine 30 degree. What is the value of sine 30 degree? It is 1 by 2. So 1.5 divided by 1 by 2. So 2 will come in numerator and you will get 3. So this means L1 is 3 meters. So the length of the first slide is 3 meters. Now let us find out the length of the second slide. Similarly, we will do here also. Perpendicular is given, hypotenuse is to be found, so we will use sine. So sine 60 degrees is equal to perpendicular, that is 3, upon hypotenuse, that is L2. So what is the value of sine 60 degree? It is root 3 by 2. It is equal to 3 by L2. Cross multiply, L2 will be equal to 3 upon root 3 into 2. It means 6 upon root 3. Now we should never leave the under root term in denominator. So in order to remove the under root term from denominator, we rationalize the number. So 6 root 3, we will rationalize it and we will get 6 root 3 upon 3, that is 2 root 3 meters. So length of the second slide is L2 is 2 root 3 meters. So now these are our answers, L1 and L2. Now see the next question. Here angle of elevation of the top of tower from a point on the ground which is 30 meter away from the foot of the tower is 30 degrees. Find the height of the tower. Now first of all we need to draw the figure. There is a tower, let it be AB, okay, and a point on the ground, let it be P. So it is given that the foot of the tower is 30 meters away from the point on the ground. It means BP is given to be 30 meters. Now it is also written that the angle of elevation of the top of a tower from point on the ground, top of tower A from point on the ground, it means P is now the point of observation. Okay, so the angle of elevation is angle between the line of sight and the horizontal level. Now if this is the point of observation, then the line of sight will be from the point of observation to the point that is being observed. So AP is the line of sight, and if this is the observer who is looking at point A, then it means the observer will face to this side, to left side. Okay, so it means that the horizontal level will be here, BP. So it means BP is the horizontal level and AP is the line of sight. So the angle of elevation, that is the angle between the line of sight and the horizontal level, is given to be 30 degrees. This is angle of elevation because the point that is being observed, A, it lies above the horizontal level. Okay, so now we know this would be the figure. We have to find the height of the tower. It means we have to find AB. Let height of tower be H. Okay, now if this is H, so we need to find H, and we know base. This will be base because this is 90 degrees, this is hypotenuse, and this is theta, so this will be the base. PP will be the base. Therefore, is there any trigonometric ratio that gives the relation between base and perpendicular? Because we need to find perpendicular. So it is tan. So tan 30 degrees is perpendicular, that is AB, upon base, that is BP. Now what is the value of tan 30 degree? It is 1 by root 3. And AB is H. BP is given to be 30 meters. So H is 30 upon root 3. Now we don't want square root term in denominator, so we will rationalize. Into root 3 upon root 3 is equal to 30 root 3 upon 3, that is 10 root 3. So 10 root 3 is your answer. 10 root 3 meters is the height of the tower. You can multiply 10 into value of root 3 is 1.732. So it is 17.32. So 17.32 meters is the answer. You can leave it here also, it will be correct. Now see fifth question. In fifth question, it is given that a kite is flying at a height of 60 meters above the ground. The string attached to the kite is temporarily tied to a point on the ground. The inclination of the string with the ground is 60 degree. It means if this is a point P to which the kite is tied. So this is kite K. Okay, and this is the string that is tied to a point. So the angle of inclination of the string with the ground, it means angle of inclination means with the ground means the angle that is formed between the ground and ground level and KP, that is the length of the string, is given to be 60 degrees. Here we don't need to find angle of elevation or depression because it is given that it is angle of inclination with the ground. It means the angle of the string with the ground. It is given to be 60 degrees. And the height at which the kite is flying is given to be 60 meters. Therefore, this height is always perpendicular. So this is O. So this is given to be 60 meters. We need to find the length of the string. It means we need to find KP. Let it be L. Let length of string be L. We need to find L, and this is a right angle triangle where KO is perpendicular, KP is hypotenuse. So the relation between hypotenuse and perpendicular is given by sine. So sine 60 degrees is equal to perpendicular, that is KO, upon hypotenuse, that is KP. Now KO is 60 and KP is considered L. So sine 60 degrees root 3 by 2 is equal to 60 upon L. From here we need to find out L. Cross multiply. L is equal to 60 upon root 3 into 2. That is 120 upon root 3. We don't want root 3 in denominator, so you will rationalize. Into root 3 upon root 3, you will get 120 root 3 upon 3. Now cancel, you will get 40 root 3 meters. So 40 root 3 meters is the length of the string to which the kite is tied. So this is your answer. Now see sixth question. In sixth question, it is given that the angle of elevation of bottom and top of transmission tower that is fixed at top of a 20-meter high building are 45 degrees and 60 degrees respectively. We have to find the height of the tower. So it means there is a building, let it be A, B, and at the top of this building a tower is there. Let it be A, C. So the height of the building is given to be 20 meter and AC is the tower, and this the angle of elevation from a point on the ground P. If this is a point on the ground, then angle of elevation from this point P to the bottom and the top of the tower is given. Angle of elevation from the point to the bottom of the tower is given to be 45 degrees and angle of elevation from the point to the top of the tower is given to be 60 degrees. We need to find the height of the tower. It means we need to find AC. Let it be H. So this angle is given to be 60 degree, angle CPB is 60 degree and angle APB is 45 degrees. This is angle of elevation from the point to the bottom and to the top of the tower. Here this is angle of elevation because the point is here and this is the horizontal level. So the point of observation lies above the horizontal level. Therefore we are saying it to be the angle of elevation. So now in order to find the height of the tower, what you do, first of all consider triangle APB. This is a right angle triangle. Okay, so in this triangle APB, use the trigonometric ratio tan 45 degrees because this angle APB is 45 degrees. So tan 45 degrees is perpendicular, that is AB, upon base, that is PB. AB is given to be 20 meters upon PB. So from here we can find out the value of base or length of base. Tan 45 is 1. It is equal to 20 upon PB. This means PB is 20 meters. Therefore now we have the length of the base or the distance, or we can say the distance between the foot of the building and the point P is 20 meters. Now we have to find the height. So now you have to consider triangle PBC. In this triangle, use again the trigonometric ratio of tan. Tan 60 degrees is perpendicular. Now perpendicular is BC upon base, that is PB only. Now you know the value of PB, so use it, and tan 60 degrees root 3. So root 3 is equal to BC. BC is H plus 20. Okay, this is H and this is 20. So H plus 20 is BC upon PB is also 20. You have just found out. So H plus 20 is equal to 20 root 3. It means H is equal to 20 root 3 minus 20. So from here, can you take 20 common? 20 will be common and in bracket you are left with root 3 minus 1 meters. You can leave it here or you can solve by putting the value of root 3, that is 1.732, and it would be 0.732 left in the bracket and multiply it with 20, so you get the answer. You can leave it here also. So 20 into root 3 minus 1 meters is the height of the tower that was required.